Hey y'all, John with Viking Hobbies. This is the MJX brushless buggy. Here's your box here, MJX RC, the Hyper Go, right? Simple controller there, not much to tell you other than you have your steering trim. There's a function button on there for binding, that's about it. No launch button or anything else like that. And then it has off 70% and 100% speed on there. That's not the interesting thing though. Here's what's interesting. So, Hosim killer little basher right here. I did a video on it. Check this thing out. I open up this brushless buggy and guess what? This is a 3S vehicle that they give you. I don't even have to take it off. You can see the body mounts right there. Check this out, guys. Pull the right direction. There we go. And voila, same car. Check it out. So what you get here is you get the brushless ESC, and you get the 3S battery. Okay, but boom, you can go right in your Hosim. That's it. Same platform. So MJX, which had two disappointing Hyper Goes, came out with a Hyper Go brushless buggy, and they used the Hosim version chassis. Or maybe it's MJX's chassis that Hosim used. It doesn't make a difference. What makes a difference is how fast this thing is on 3S with a brushless system in it. So let's check it out. 9 miles an hour. Right there, so we're catching for speed. Let's reset this real quick. .39 miles an hour again. So we got a little 40 mile an hour brushless buggy here from MJX. Miles an hour. You guys able to see that? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay guys, so I made you take that walk with me and I told you I would explain why. And the reason is it didn't matter if I jumped this thing a foot or 2 feet, the thing would land and then it would turn off like that. And so what the issue there is it could be a sensitive on-off switch. It could be that it thinks that it's sensing low voltage cutoff. You don't really know because that's something that's inside the ESC. It happened to be 9 or 10 times during the shooting of the video. And we also wanted to break that 40-mile-an-hour barrier for you, and we went back out. So if you actually were quick to look in the video, you can see that the light changes when I do my runs, and I got 39 miles an hour in the morning, 39 miles in the afternoon, and then when on our last run, when I wasn't even going that fast, we had a crash that tore our spoiler off and it was hanging there, so I just ripped it off. In any case, it's a very heavy car. You have to know that if you're going to run it just as a buggy and you're not going to torture test it like I do for you guys, it's a really capable car. However, calling it the Hyper Go and not giving it the GPS to me was sort of like, well, wait a minute. You know, you could get the Hosim little basher and you have the GPS there, or you could just buy the Hyper Go with the GPS, and they were all less expensive than this was. It's really well built. They should have just put that GPS in there. That's my one thing about this car that I wish they'd done. And also, if it's going to land, you know, and have good landings and shut off, and have terrible landings and stay on, and it's not predictable, that's not cool. But it could just be my car in particular, so don't expect that from all of these. But I am going to stress this: it is quite heavy. It is heavier than the Amoril, which is a heavy brush vehicle, and that thing is a beast. It is much heavier, obviously, than the carbon fiber Rlaarlo, which is where the price point is there. And then here are the WLtoys 144001s, and then of course they have the brushless, which is probably close to half the weight of the MJX. And that's not even to mention what other offerings you have out there from Bezgar and High Boxing and Deer RC and other Hosim products and stuff like that. So I think the not having GPS on here was the mistake because it is such a heavy vehicle. Running it just like a buggy would have been, you know, real fun, everything else like this. You could see once it was airborne, this thing was just like a rock. But it did well for me, so thank you, MJX, for giving me a product that was a lot of fun to play with. I'm going to get that figured out on that board, see if I can put something else in there. Thanks for joining me and watching the video. It's John from Red Viking Hobbies, and I am signing off.